What's up, Cloud Gamers? Welcome back to CGX. So we're taking a look at Monster Hunter Rise here on GeForce Now's RTX 4080 tier. This is a game I've played a lot over on consoles, and I've only really dabbled a bit on PC, but it's pretty easy to run in general. But I wanted to check out the 4K performance. So we are at 4K, maxed out on our bitrate, and 120 FPS for our streaming. And we'll do the same thing in game. And you can see here in our overlay, we are streaming at 4K 16:9 at 120 FPS with some pretty good input latency there, with my ping at 19 to 23 milliseconds currently. And in my settings, I've got 4K native resolution maxed out on all of the graphics in here, and 120 FPS as my cap, so we don't go over our stream FPS here. And other than that, everything's just set to run here as is, and it looks really good as you get into the main village here. This is a pretty easy area to run. I wasn't necessarily expecting 120 FPS at 4K native resolution with no DLSS, but we do get it here, and it looks great and feels great here in the main village. But again, this is a pretty easy area to run, and depending on where we're at in the game is really going to kind of depend on performance, just like anything else. Now, when we get out into a hunt here, we'll get into this map. Now, again, depending on where you're playing can depend on your performance, but pretty good here. We will go under 120 FPS depending on where we're at, and we can talk about that a little bit more. But for the most part, running native everything here, no DLSS, 4K stream, 4K game, this is some pretty great performance. Not only that, but our picture quality just stays very clean. Even at 4K everything, there's never a noticeable time when the image became pixelated for me or giving me any problems. It's always been pretty impressive to me here what they've been able to do with 4K, even on the 3080, and of course on the 4080, it's just that much better. It's just such a clean cloud experience, especially at the higher frame rates, which makes it feel super responsive when playing. And again, that frame rate dip in this particular game down to about 89, 91 FPS at full 4K native is to be expected. It is a fairly easy game to run, but that's really good performance. If you wanted to really just lock yourself to 120 FPS, you could kick on DLSS quality or balanced if you prefer, either one, and that'll pretty much get you there to the 120 FPS. But Monster Hunter Rise is definitely one of my personal favorites in the franchise. There's been a lot of great Monster Hunter games, but I really do like this one. I played it a lot on the Switch and Xbox, and I'm going for it here on the PC now as well, and even easier to play now that I can jump into it with GeForce Now. And I hope Capcom will bring us more games sooner rather than later to the platform. We definitely want to see increased content like this coming to GeForce Now that I think really make it nice for the cloud. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for coming to watch the video. As always, we really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.